Welcome on into the Sandlot Baseball League, the 2025 season. We look forward to the last game of Week 2. That'll feature the 0-1 Broad Street Bats taking on the Base Bandits. This should be an exciting matchup, as both teams are looking for a win early on in their respective seasons. Let's look at the lineups for today. First, for the visiting Broad Street Bats, leading off, playing left field, the man of steel, Ricky Henderson. Batting second and playing second, Chase Utley. At shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. Batting fourth, the third baseman, Ron Santo. Batting fifth, your center fielder for today is Carlos Beltran. The first baseman... The first baseman for today is Brian Banks. The right fielder is Sal Frelick, batting seventh. Your DH is actually Nick Lofton, who's batting eighth. And even though they're facing a left-handed pitcher, the Gold Glover of Patrick Bailey will be behind the dish, batting ninth. For the home team Base Bandits, it's going to be DH Alan Wiggins leading off. Playing right field, Tony Gwynn. Batting third, playing second base, Ian Kinsler. The cleanup spot, playing third base, Jose Ramirez. The center fielder, Ichiro Suzuki. Playing left field, batting sixth, Carl Crawford. The shortstop, Mark McLemore. The catcher for the Base Bandits is Kurt Casale. And your first baseman, batting ninth, Champ Summers. Now as we go to the starters for today, we have a little bit of a weird matchup. So for the Broad Street Bats, you're going to see Tug McGraw taking the mound. Now he doesn't have the SP icon or the SP limit up here, as you see Framber Valdez does. He's actually a bulk pitcher, so he could come out of the pen or be used in bulk. So the first inning will actually be Carmen Ladzinski, as he has the OP icon, so he will be the opening pitcher. So this is who you're actually going to see out there first. One of the relievers for the Broad Street Bats, 18 outs, 4 against righties, and then against lefties and switch hitters, he'll have a 5 command. Going back to the starters, as we look at Tug McGraw, he boasts a 3 defense, which will be really important against the Base Bandits and their stealing. 19 outs, a 4 command against lefties, but he'll have a 6 command against right-handed batters and switch hitters. So he could be a very dangerous hitter. And then for the Base Bandits, they will have Framber Valdez going. Valdez is a left-handed pitcher who just switching something. Cool, that worked. Big left-handed pitcher. He can go 6 innings, 0 defense, but 17 outs, so very solid chart for him. And with all of that being said, let's get to the field and get this puppy started. So taking the mound first will be Framber Valdez. And he will face Ricky Henderson. This will be a 6 versus 13. 6 versus 13. Before we get set for the first pitch, just looking at the defenses. For the Broad Street Bats, they'll have an infield of 13 and outfield of 12, so very good defensively. As of right now, their battery is 11, as Carmen Mladinsky will have 0 defense, but when Tug McGraw takes the mound, they'll have a 14 battery, which will be very deadly for the speediness of the Base Bandits. The infield will be a 12 for the Base Bandits and an outfield of 10. Their battery, as of right now, is a 9, with Casali behind the plate. So without further ado, let's play ball. 6 versus 13. Valdez is set. And the pitch is a mistake right off the bat. So Henderson will have a mistake pitch to lead things off. The swing from Henderson is a 13, and he will lead off the game with a mistake pitch single. Great start for the winless Broad Street Bats. We just mentioned the ratings for both teams for defense. So Henderson's going to take off for second. This would be a 9 versus 25. The throw from Casali is a 19, and he makes up for the poor defense behind the plate with an incredible throw. And Ricky Henderson's going to be thrown out going to second for the first out of the game. That'll bring up Chase Utley, 6 versus 12. The Broad Street Bats tried to get away with one there. Just didn't really work out in their favor that time. 15 total. The swing from Utley is a ground ball over to the second baseman, Ian Kinsler. He'll pick it up and fire to first for the second out. Next up for the Broad Street Bats is Jimmy Rollins. This will be a 6 versus 13 with 2 outs. Valdez is set. The pitch will be advantage Rollins. Rollins will swing, and he will watch ball 4 and get a walk. Ron Santo up to bat next. Rollins will attempt to steal, though, so this will be a 9 versus 23, so Casali will need a 15 or higher. The throw from Casali is a 14, and that will be a tie, which goes to the runner, so Rollins gets a stolen base and is on second with 2 outs. The outfield will move in for the Base Bandits, as Rollins has really good speed. Ron Santo, the third baseman, up to bat, 6 versus 12. Valdez is set. The pitch, a 23 total. Santo will swing, and he'll ground the ball over to the shortstop, Mark McLemore. He will pick it up, throw over to first, and that'll be the inning. So even though Valdez allows 2 advantages and 2 guys to get on, a good throw from Casali on the first one, and a locked-in effort from Framber will end the top of the first inning with no damage done. So Carmen Mladinsky will come out to face the first 3 hitters of the Base Bandits. So they will be facing a righty here, but after that, they'll face the lefty and Tug McGraw. So this will be a 5 versus 11. The pitch will be a advantage for Wiggins. Wiggins' swing is a walk, So again, no swing. I keep saying that, hoping that there will actually be a hit, and then it's never a hit. Wiggins will try to do the stealing thing as he will take off for second. 11 versus 25. So Patrick Bailey in there for his defense. Will he be able to make the throw? 11 versus 25, and he's going to be one off, so Wiggins will steal second. And the leadoff man is in scoring position already with nobody out. This is exactly what the Base Bandits team wants to do, is play some small ball, walk, singles, just to get on base. I'll bring up Tony Gwynn, the right fielder. 5 versus 13. Outfield will move in for the Broad Street Bats. The pitch from Carmen will be a 24 total, and Gwynn's swing will be a high fly ball out to right field. Sal Frelick is under it, and he will make the catch for the first out, one away. Ian Kinsler up to bat next. 4 versus 11. Outfield still in. Carmen comes set. The pitch will be a 20 total. Kinsler will swing, and he will ground the ball over to the shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. He will pick it up, throw over to first, and that will be the second out. Ledzinski might be able to get out of this jam here as he allowed the leadoff man on base and then to get on second. This will be a 5 versus 10 as the third baseman, Jose Ramirez, comes up to the plate. The pitch from Ledzinski will be a 12 total. Ramirez will swing, and he will drive the ball to right field, and that will be a catch by Frelick, and that'll end the first inning. And Ledzinski will get out of it. And we head to the top of the second inning, 0-0. So both teams would allow a base runner to get onto second. The more glaring issue there was the Base Bandits getting the leadoff man to get on second with nobody out. Valdez set to face Beltran, Banks, and Frelick. 6 versus 12 as the center fielder, Beltran, comes up to the plate. Valdez is set, and advantage Beltran. Beltran will swing, and that is a fly ball pop out to the shortstop. And Beltran will be out on his own chart for the first out of the second inning. Yikes. Disappointing there. That'll bring up the first baseman, Brian Banks. 6 versus 11. This pitch from Valdez will be a 25 total. And Banks will ground the ball over to the shortstop, McLemore, who picks it up, throws to first for the second out of the second inning. Sal Frelick up to bat, 6 versus 11. 18 total from Valdez on the pitch, and Frelick will also ground the ball over to the second baseman of Ian Kinsler, and Valdez sets the Broad Street Bats down 1-2-3 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. That will allow Tug McGraw to come out for the Broad Street Bats, so he will be able to go 5 innings unless he again allows 2 or less runs in these next 5 innings. So he will get the quality appearance if he is innings 2 through 6, he will be able to get that quality appearance. So he is set to face the 5, 6, 7 hitters here in Suzuki, Crawford, and McLemore. So I did mention it earlier, but that battery, the catcher and pitcher's defense combined, is a 14 now, so it'll be a lot tougher for the Base Bandits to steal. 4 versus 13. And advantage Suzuki. Suzuki will swing, and he will hit a ground ball over to the second baseman, Chase Utley, who picks it up and throws it over to first. Out on his own chart is Ichiro. So both teams lead off the second inning with an advantage for their batter, but both batters will get out. The left fielder Call Crawford up to bat, 4 versus 10. McGraw set, the pitch, 19 total. Crawford's swing will be a line drive out to Utley as he makes the second out of the inning. So the tough thing about McGraw is that he is 19 outs. So unless you're getting a 20, you're not really going to have much luck against him if he gains the advantage. Shortstop Mark McLemore up to bat. This will be a 6 versus 11. And a mistake, not a mistake, but advantage McLemore. He will watch ball 4 come across the plate as he gets on with 1 out. So that'll be the first walk issued by McGraw, bringing Casale up to the plate. And again, 14 versus 25. They're not really looking to chance it here. 6 versus 12. The pitch from McGraw would be a 15 total. And Casale's swing is a ground ball over to the shortstop, who makes the snag, throws it over to first, and we head to the top of the third inning, 0-0. Those batter chart outs are becoming a real issue in the Sandlot Baseball League so far for some of these teams this season. The 8-9-1 hitters due up for the Broad Street Bats. Nick Lofton, the DH, is up first. This will be a 6 versus 11. The pitch from Valdez will be a 24 total. Lofton will swing and strike out. 1 away here in the top of the third. That'll be Valdez's first strikeout of the day. The Gold Glover, good for defense, Patrick Bailey, comes up to the plate. This is a 6 versus 9, so they don't expect him to get many advantages today, but maybe he can use that Gold Glove and possibly provide some bunting experience for the team as he swings and grounds the ball over to the third baseman, Jose Ramirez, who picks it up and chucks it over to first. 2 away here for Ricky Henderson, 6 versus 13. And the pitch, 22 total. Henderson will swing, and he will ground over to the shortstop of Mark McLemore. And that'll be another 1-2-3 inning for Valdez as the Broad Street Bats go down in order. To the bottom of the third we go. The 9, 1, and 2 hole hitters due up for the Base Bandits. Tug McGraw is back out there. This will be a 4 versus 11 as he faces the first baseman, Champ Summers. 4 versus 11. Advantage McGraw. Summers will swing and ground the ball over to the first baseman, Brian Banks, who will step on first, 1 away. McGraw will face Wiggins here, the DH for the Base Bandits. This will be a 6 versus 13. 6 versus 13. The pitch will be a 20 total. The swing from Wiggins will be a miss, and that is a strikeout as McGraw picks up his first K of the game. 2 away here for Mr. Padre, Tony Gwynn. 4 versus 13. The pitch will be a 16 total, and the swing from Tony will be a fly ball to right field. Frelick is under it, and he will make the grab for the 3rd out, and the Base Bandits go 1, 2, 3. Both pitchers are dealing right now. Top of the 4th inning. Still 0-0, scoreless game. Valdez will face the 2-3-4 hitters. 6 versus 12 is Chase Utley. The second baseman comes up to bat. Valdez is set. The pitch will be a 23 total. Utley's swing is a 20, and that'll be a base hit into right field. And the leadoff man is aboard for the Broad Street Bats. Rollins is up to the plate next, a 6 versus 13. Valdez is set. He looks over at first. The pitch is a 6, and that will be advantage Rollins. Rollins' swing is a 15, so back-to-back singles for the Broad Street Bats. We'll put a runner in scoring position with nobody out. So Valdez running into a bit of trouble here. And Santo is thinking about possibly bunting these guys over. But not a lot of options as you get through the Broad Street Bats lineup. Against lefties, they struggle a little bit with this lineup. They're going to allow Santo to bat. Outfield will be in. 6 versus 12. Valdez is set, and he rolls a 6, so another close one, but tie goes to Santo. The swing from Santo is a 17. That is a double as he rips that one into the gap. That'll score Utley from second to take a 1-0 lead. And with nobody out, they're going to hold Rollins. Actually, a 10 versus 15. 25. They'll send Rollins as well. So 10 versus 25 because the outfield was in. So no bonus for going home, but still pretty good odds. 10 versus 25, and a 24 will not be enough, so Santo will hit a double and score 2, and the Broad Street Bats take a 2-run lead, and there's still nobody out with a runner in scoring position. That'll bring up the center fielder, Carlos Beltran. 6 versus 12. Valdez needs to lock it in. Outfield stays in. He'll finally get the advantage. The swing from Beltran will be non-existent as he watches ball 4. And he will get on first base. Wow, that is the second walk allowed by Valdez. And now with nobody out, Brian Banks is going to try to bunt these two guys over. So you need a 13 or higher in 2 to 3 attempts. First attempt is a perfect sacrifice bunt. So Santo will move over to third as Brian Banks is able to lay the bunt down, and Beltran goes to second. And the reason for that is now you have to put the defense in a vulnerable position. And both the infield and outfield will be in. And again, both of those are in to negate any kind of bonus going home or even having the ability to throw home. Mimics real-life baseball, so that'll bring up the right fielder Sal Frelick with one away here. Both defenses, or both infield and outfield, will be in. 6 versus 11. The pitch from Valdez will be good enough for the advantage, and Sal Frelick will swing and miss. Strikeout for Valdez, a much-needed second out. As Nick Lofton comes up to the plate, infield will move back. The outfield will stay in. 6 versus 11. The pitch from Valdez gains the advantage. The swing from Lofton, and he will miss. So Valdez, after allowing the first 3 hitters, actually first 4 hitters aboard, will get a help from the sacrifice bunt and then back-to-back strikeouts to limit the damage to 2. So he currently is maintaining the quality appearance that he and his team will desire. We head to the bottom of the 4th. The Broad Street Bats 2, the Base Bandits nothing. The second baseman, Ian Kinsler, will lead things off here. This will be a 6 versus 12. And with how good Tug McGraw's chart is, the Base Bandits may have a hard time getting anything done, and Ian Kinsler will swing and miss. Strikeout for the first out of the 4th inning. 6 versus 12 as McGraw faces the third baseman, Jose Ramirez. McGraw is set. The pitch is a 6. That's a tie, so tie goes to Ramirez. The swing from Ramirez will be non-existent as he walks, and that is the second walk issued by McGraw. That'll bring up the center fielder, Ichiro Suzuki, a 4 versus 13. A big pitch here. And a 12 would be advantage Suzuki, and Suzuki will hit a single, so back-to-back advantages allowed by Tug McGraw, which facing the lefty of Gwynn and the lefty of Suzuki is tough. 4 versus 13. It's almost a 50-50 shot. So 2 on here for the left fielder, Carl Crawford. Outfield will move in. 4 versus 10. The pitch from McGraw, 17 total. Crawford's swing will be a miss, and he will strike out for the second out of the inning. 2 away. 6 versus 11. Outfield remains in. Can Macklemore do some damage? Let's see. The pitch from McGraw will be a 22 total, and Macklemore will need a 20. He won't get it. He will get an 18, which is a high fly ball out to left field, and Ricky Henderson is there for the grab. So the Base Bandits show some promise with Ramirez and Suzuki getting on, but McGraw shuts it down. And we head to the top of the 5th inning. Valdez is set to face the 9, 1, and 2 hitters. First up for the Broad Street Bats is Patrick Bailey, 6 versus 9. And not a high pitch, but good enough for the advantage, and Patrick Bailey will ground over to the shortstop, who picks it up, throws it over the first. 1 away. That brings up Ricky Henderson, the leadoff man. He has 1 for 2 today with a single, and he was caught stealing in the top of the 1st inning. 6 versus 13. And a 14, he barely skates by with the advantage, and Henderson will roll over to the third baseman, Ramirez, and he will get out. 2 away. Chase Utley, 1 for 2 on the day. A single in the 4th inning with a run scored. 6 versus 12 and a 20 total. Utley's swing is a ground ball over to the second baseman Kinsler, and Kinsler picks it up, throws it over to first, and Valdez is able to go 1-2-3 in the top of the 5th. So other than really the 4th inning, Valdez has pitched extremely well, setting the Broad Street bats down 1-2-3 in 3 out of 5 innings. Valdez will also get the quality appearance, which will allow him to go 7 innings as of right now. Tug McGraw set to face the 8-9 one-hole hitters. First up is Kurt Casale, the catcher. 6 versus 12 and a 17. The swing from Casale is a deep fly ball to left field, but Henderson will make the catch for the first out of the inning. And Tug McGraw is very thankful for the 19 outs that his chart has. 4 versus 11, McGraw's pitch is a 7. A tie goes to Champ Summers, so Summers has the opportunity here for a swing on his own chart. But a 6 will be a ground ball over to the first baseman, Brian Banks, who picks it up, steps on first, and that's 2 away here for the Base Bandits. 6 versus 13 as Alan Wiggins comes up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. He had a walk in the first inning with a stolen base. Wasn't moved from there, but did his job nonetheless. 6 versus 13. Advantage Wiggins. Wiggins will swing, and he will ground out to the shortstop. And a 1-2-3 inning for Tug McGraw, but he did allow 2 advantages. So since McGraw has come in, he has allowed 6 advantages. He's just been extremely fortunate that 3 have been outs and 2 have been walks. We head now to the top of the 6th inning as Valdez comes back out. He will face the shortstop Jimmy Rollins, who is 1 for 1 today. He had a walk and stolen base in the first inning, and then a single in the 4th with a run scored. 6 versus 13. And Rollins will get the advantage for the 3rd time, but this time he's going to ground out to the shortstop, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So a lot of batter chart outs going around this part of the game. 6 versus 12. Santo had the huge double in the 4th inning that scored Utley and Rollins. So he is 1 for 2 today. The pitch from Valdez, 18 total. Santo will watch ball 4, and Santo will be aboard with 1 away here. That'll be Valdez's 3rd walk, so if he allows 1 more walk, he will lose one of those innings due to too many pitches. He will face the center fielder Carlos Beltran, who's 0 for 1. He had a walk back in the 4th inning. Got out on his own chart in the 2nd inning. 6 versus 12. The pitch from Valdez will be a 16 total. And Beltran will hit a deep fly ball to right field. And Tony Gwynn is under it and makes the 2nd out. Brings up Brian Banks. 0 for 2. Had that nice sacrifice bunt back in the 4th to put runners in scoring position, but it didn't do much. 6 versus 11. The pitch will be a tie that goes to Banks. Banks will roll a 9, which is a walk. And that will be the 4th walk allowed. Oops. I messed up the innings there. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong button. It will be the 4th walk allowed by Valdez, which means that he drops down to 6 innings. So this will be his last inning. Santos' base running is an 18, so the outfield will move in here with 2 outs for Sal Frelick, 6 versus 11. Frelick is 0 for 2 today. The pitch from Valdez, he's very locked in, and Sal Frelick will ground out to Ian Kinsler to end the inning. And we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. 2-0 Broad Street Bats. Tug McGraw set to face the 2, 3, and 4 hole hitters here in the bottom of the 6th inning. I believe that if McGraw gets through this inning without allowing 2 or more runs, he will get the quality appearance. Sorry, more than 2 runs. He will face Tony Gwynn, who is 0 for 2 today, 4 versus 13, and 21 is definitely the advantage for McGraw, and Gwynn will hit a line drive to the second baseman, Chase Utley, who grabs it for the first out. Ian Kinsler 0 for 2 today, 6 versus 12, and 14 is advantage McGraw. Ian Kinsler's swing is a fly ball to left field, and Ricky Henderson is under it, makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Third baseman Jose Ramirez is up to bat, 0 for 1 today with a walk. 6 versus 12. Another barely advantage for McGraw, and Jose Ramirez will swing, and he will ground over to the third baseman, Ron Santo, who throws it over to first. Banks makes the catch, and that is a 1-2-3 inning for McGraw. He does gain that quality appearance, so he will be able to pitch for 1 more inning, possibly more, because he does have a really good back end to his chart. And we head to the top of the 7th inning, where the Base Bandits are going to need to turn to their bullpen. So let's go to the bullpen now. The 8, 9, and 1 hole hitters are due up for the Broad Street Bats, so a lefty would probably be ideal. The bullpen for the Base Bandits, Fernandez is fatigued and Milner is fatigued, so they can still pitch, but they will not be able to then pitch the next game. So the Base Bandits are going to turn to lefty Adrian Morajan. Morajan is a left-handed pitcher. He has 17 outs, -1 defense, which isn't a huge issue for the part of the order that he's going to be facing, hopefully. But Morajan will face the 8, 9, and 1 hole hitters. So Lofton is up to bat. This will be a 5 versus 11. Lofton, the DH, is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Morajan pitches a 19. Lofton will make contact this time to left field, but Carl Crawford is there to make the first out of the 7th inning. Patrick Bailey is up next. 0 for 2 today as well. He has grounded out both times. This will be a 5 versus 9. And 11 is good enough for Morajan to get the advantage. Bailey's swing is a soft ground ball, hit over to the shortstop, Mark McLemore, who throws to first for the second out of the inning. So Bailey has grounded out all 3 times today, and Ricky Henderson is up with 2 away here. He's 1 for 3. 5 versus 13. And a 9 will be just barely enough for the advantage, a 14 total. So Henderson will swing on the chart of Morajan, and he will hit a line drive to the third baseman, Jose Ramirez, who grabs it. And Morajan sets down the lineup of the Broad Street Bats. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning as Tug McGraw comes out for probably his last inning worth of work. And the 5, 6, 7 hole hitters are due up. He has given up the advantage to Ichiro both times he's gotten to the plate, but Ichiro is only 1 for 2 today with a single. 4 versus 13. The pitch from McGraw. 23 total, and Ichiro will hit a fly ball out to right field, where Sal Frelick is under it and makes the routine fly ball catch. 1 away. Left fielder Carl Crawford 0 for 2 today, 4 versus 10. The pitch from McGraw, 17. Crawford will swing and miss. He will strike out for the 2nd time today, and McGraw picks up his 2nd strikeout. And Mark McLemore comes up to the plate. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. 6 versus 11. And the pitch is a 15 total. McLemore's swing, and he will ground over to the shortstop, Jimmy Rollins, who picks it up and throws it to Banks. And Tug McGraw gets the Base Bandits to go 1, 2, 3. McGraw most likely done as we go to the top of the 8th. The Base Bandits will go again to their bullpen here. And they will face the 2, 3, 4 hole hitters. And they will turn to righty Jeff Hoffman. Hoffman is a right-handed pitcher, big right-handed pitcher. He has a 6 command with 1 mistake range, -1 defense, but 18 outs, which he needs to need and make the most use of here against this dangerous Broad Street Bats squad. Neither team has really done anything crazy. It's really just been, obviously, the 1 double from Santo, but only 5 hits total in the game. But another common trend we're seeing amongst the games so far of the Sandlot Baseball League is a lot of walks. So we've had 7 walks and 5 hits. Not a lot of advantages this game either. Decent amount, actually. 2, 4, 6, 7 advantages have been for the Broad Street Bats. And 7 advantages for the Base Bandits. I think that steal, the inability to steal for the Base Bandits has been tough with that 14 battery most of the game. But Hoffman is done warming up. He will face Chase Utley. It's the top of the 8th inning. The Broad Street Bats look to add some insurance here. 6 versus 12. The pitch from Hoffman is a 22 total. And wouldn't you know it, Chase Utley will get a pitcher's chart single. And even though Hoffman is 18 outs, he will allow the leadoff man aboard. That is Utley's 2nd hit of the day. He's 2 for 4. Both singles have been on the pitcher's chart. That'll bring up the shortstop, Jimmy Rollins, who's gotten the advantage in all 3 of his at-bats, but he's 0 for 2 with a single and a walk. Jeff Hoffman comes set, 6 versus 12. The pitch is a 15 total. Rollins will swing, and back-to-back pitcher's chart singles Some Philly on Philly crime here. And the Broad Street Bats are in business as they have 2 on and nobody out. Now they learned their lesson from last time. They let Santos swing. They're going to do it again. Outfield will move in. For the Base Bandits, 6 versus 13. Santo is 1 for 2 with that 2 RBI double back in the 4th inning. 6 versus 13. Hoffman will give up the advantage to Santo. Oh boy. The swing from Santo is a 19. And ladies and gentlemen, Santo is going to clear the bases with a batter's chart triple. And Hoffman gives up 3 straight hits to the Broad Street Bats. And this is a beatdown as of right now. 4-0 Broad Street Bats, and Santos on third with nobody out. The infield will come in for the Base Bandits. Still nobody out. 6 versus 12 as the center fielder Beltran comes up to the plate. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Advantage Hoffman, and Beltran will hit a ground ball. And with the infield in, they'll check the runner, but throw over to first for the first out of the inning, bringing up Brian Banks, the first baseman. Infield stays in here. Banks is 0 for 2 with a walk back in the 6th inning. 6 versus 12. Hoffman is set. He delivers, and 19 total. The swing from Banks is a miss, and he will strike out for the second out of the inning. And it feels like Hoffman's finally found a bit of a groove here. Defenses will move back with 2 outs. 6 versus 12. Frelick is 0 for 3 on the day. The pitch from Hoffman is a 14. Frelick's swing is a ground ball over to the second baseman, Ian Kinsler, and he will throw over to first for the third out. So Hoffman finally settles in, but not before Ron Santo delivers a triple, scoring 2 in the top of the 8th inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Score is 4-0. The Base Bandits will have their 8-9 and leadoff man due up. And the Broad Street Bats are going to turn to their bullpen, which is a little weak. So they're looking at their options. And this is going to be kind of a crazy move. They're actually going to turn to one of their starting pitchers who can come in as a relief pitcher. He just can't pitch fatigued when it's his turn to start, but he's not due to start for 2 more games. So the Broad Street Bats are going to turn to Bruce Ruffin. Bruce Ruffin is a starting pitcher, but I don't know if you can see by his card. It shows 2 relief innings. So Bruce Ruffin is a lefty pitcher, 6 command, L+1. So he'll have a base of 6 command against righties and switch hitters and a 7 against left-handed hitters. 16 outs and 0 defense. He will face Kurt Casale. Kurt Casale is 0 for 2 today. So this will be 6 versus 12. The pitch from Ruffin is a 19 total. Casale's swing is a 6, and that's a ground ball over to the third baseman, Ron Santo, who throws over to Banks for 1 away. Champ Summers is 0 for 2. 7 versus 11. Ruffin's pitch, 23 total. Summers will swing and a line drive hot shot to the first baseman, Brian Banks, who makes the second out of the inning. Bringing up the leadoff man for the Base Bandits, Alan Wiggins. Wiggins is 0 for 2 today with a walk and stolen base. 6 versus 13. Ruffin will throw a mistake pitch to Alan Wiggins. Let's see if this can jumpstart Wiggins at all. And a 9 is a walk. And a 2-out walk for Alan Wiggins. We'll put him on first. Bringing up Mr. Padre, Tony Gwynn. And needing 4 runs, they're not going to risk stealing with Wiggins. They'll just let Tony swing. He is over 3. This will be a 7 versus 13. Ruffin is set. He looks Wiggins over at first. He pitches, and a 26 total. And Gwynn will hit a line drive to the first baseman for the 3rd out. So Ruffin gets the job done. Does allow a mistake pitch walk to Alan Wiggins, but no further damage. And we go to the top of the 9th, 4-0 Broad Street Bats. And the Base Bandits also need to go to the bullpen. They're looking at their potential options to throw here. They could be without a pitcher for the next game, one of their relief pitchers, unless they want to throw one of their worst guys here. What do they want to do? Let's look at their options here. So if they pitch Milner or Fernandez here, they will not be available for the next game. And down 4, is it really worth them turning to a good arm? We've seen crazier things happen, but with not many options here, they're going to probably turn to one of the punt options. They will be facing a good amount of switch hitters. So they are going to go to Walter Beal, who is a big-time punt option. He has a base of 1 command, a 1 through 3 X range, only 15 outs, a 20 is a double. Very funky chart. 1 through 8 is a ground ball, 9 through 15 is a fly ball, so you can't strike anyone out or get them to line out. But facing the 8-9 one-hole hitters, he's hoping he can do some damage, or limit the damage, rather. So Beal will face Lofton, Bailey, and Henderson. This first one will be a 1 versus 10. The pitch from Beal, he will throw a mistake pitch immediately to Lofton, who is 0 for 3 today. Lofton will watch ball 4 go by, and an 11 will be a walk. 1 on, nobody out. This will be a 4 versus 12, as Bailey is grounded out all 3 times he's been up to the plate today. 4 versus 12. The pitch from Beal is another mistake. So back-to-back mistake pitches from Beal. And Bailey will also watch ball 4 go by as he gets a mistake pitch walk. That'll put 2 on. with nobody out for the leadoff man, Ricky Henderson. And this looks like it's just going to turn into a full-blown punt situation for the Base Bandits. So 1 versus 14. Ricky Henderson is 1 for 4. 1 versus 14. This will probably be when the 20 happens. Not a mistake, but it will be advantage Henderson. Henderson's swing is a 20, and he hits a double. And with the outfield in, Bailey's going to hold up at third. Lofton will come in to score. So an RBI double from Henderson makes it 5-0. Brings up Chase Utley. Utley is 2 for 4. Outfield and infield will stay in. 4 versus 12. The pitch from Beal is a 20. There we go. And, of course, Chase Utley gets his 3rd pitcher's chart single of the day, which will score... That'll score... Bailey from third. Henderson moves over to third. And the outfield was in. The outfield defense is a 10, so it'll only be 10 versus 21. They'll hold him. So runners on the corners, no outs. RBI single for Utley. Still no outs. Infield will be in. Outfield will be in. 4 versus 12. Rollins is 2 for 3. Advantage Beal. Rollins will get a pitcher's chart single. And that'll be an RBI single as Henderson comes in to score. And it is now 7-0 with 2 on and still nobody out. Beal is going to be close to already getting booted from the game. Outfield will stay in. 1 versus 13 for Ron Santo. And advantage Beal. Santo's swing is a 5, which is a ground ball. Utley will get to third. McLemore picks it up, throws it over to second to Kinsler, who gets 1 out. It'll be a 12 versus 21 on the throw to first. 12 versus 21. And Kinsler will turn the double play, and they get a much-needed double play ball. And the hero of the game so far, who's been Santo, will ground into a double play. 2 outs. Utley on third. All defense is normal for Beltran, who's 0 for 4. I don't believe he has a hit yet this year, if I remember correctly. 4 versus 12. And a 14 plus 4 will be good enough. And Beltran will ground out to the shortstop. Oops. 1 too many outs there. That'll end the inning, and we will go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The score is 7-0. And the Broad Street Bats will go to their bullpen, and let's see what their options are looking like. Being up 7-0, they also don't really want to use up any more arms, so they will be facing the 3, 4, 5 hole hitters. Kinsler, Ramirez, and Suzuki. So a lot of switches and lefties. And they are going to go to a punt option themselves in Larry Cajun. Larry has a base of 1 command. He will have a 4 command against left-handed batters, but a 1 against right-handers and switch hitters. 15 outs, a 20 is a double on his chart. They do have the big lefty and Antonio Bastardo they could use, but up 7-0. There's no real reason to use up Bastardo unless they want to just end the game quick. We'll see what Cajun can do here. It'll be a 1 versus 12 to lead things off. And Cajun's pitch is a 4, not a mistake, but Kinsler will get the advantage, his first one of the day, as he is 0 for 3. Kinsler will watch ball 4 go by, and he gets on as he is the leadoff man. Now, the battery is a 14, but again, down 7. There's no real need to steal. The Base Bandits are going to need a lot of base runners here. 1 versus 12. And advantage Ramirez. Ramirez, oh geez, will hit a ground ball over to the shortstop Rollins, who picks it up, throws it over to second for 1. Utley goes for the turn. This will be a 13. A 13 versus 23 on the throw. And the throw will not be in time, so Ramirez hits into a fielder's choice for 1 away here. 4 versus 13 as the center fielder Ichiro Suzuki comes up to the plate. Suzuki is 1 for 3 today, 4 versus 13. Advantage Cajun, and Suzuki will hit a fly ball to right field. Sal Frelick is under it, makes the out. 2 away here. And the Base Bandits are down to their last hope in Carl Crawford, who's 0 for 3, 4 versus 10. Cajun's pitch is a 4, so advantage for Crawford. And Crawford's swing is a double. And that'll move Ramirez over to third. And for the sake of the game, they're going to send Ramirez home. The outfield was not in. It'll be a 12 versus 26. Frelick, the Gold Glover, has it. His throw home is not in time, and the Base Bandits will not be shut out as Crawford hits a 2-out RBI double, 7-1. Don't call it a comeback. Brings up McLemore 0 for 2 with a walk. 1 versus 11. And a 13 will be advantage Cajun. And it was almost a 20, but a 14 will be a fly ball out to right field. Frelick is under it. He makes the grab, and that is the ball game. A final of 7-1 for the Broad Street Bats, and they just put an absolute beat down on the Base Bandits as they win 7-1. It was a game for a long time, as it was 2-0 for a majority of that game. 2-0 really until Hoffman came in and then allowed it to be 4-0, and then obviously the punt. Pitcher of Walter Beal wasn't expected to do a whole lot of great work, but what a game for the Broad Street Bats. They will improve to 1-1 on this season. And the Base Bandits will drop down to 1-1. And that is the end of the first slate that is the end of the second slate or second week of the SBL 2025 season. What a first round of games for all of these teams, and we've seen some pretty good games so far. This was really the first, I say, blowout of the season. As it is a 7-1 ball game. And we're getting the final statistics up here for you. And as we go look at the scoreboard, we see the Broad Street Bats have improved or have taken the win 7-1. The winning pitcher would be Tug McGraw, who will improve to 1-0 on the season. Framber Valdez will be 0-1 on the season. And the player of the game is Ron Santo. No surprise there for the Broad Street Bats, as he goes 2 for 4 with a double, a triple, and gets 4 RBIs. He also added a walk onto there. And that is very, very good for the Broad Street Bats, as they get 4 RBIs from Santo. And with that, we can go look at the standings through 2 weeks of the season. And as we look at the standings, we can see that maybe can we zoom in a little bit more? I'm not sure if we can. We'll try. Nope, 200 is the max you can go. You can see the Bash Bros are 2-0 so far. They've scored 10 and allowed 3. The Broad Street Bats are 1-1. The Shiny Squad are 1-1. Clean Cleats are 1-1. The Base Bandits are 1-1. And the Strikeouts are 0-2. So, obviously it's super early into the season. Not even through the first set of 5 games where everybody will play each other. And as we look forward to week number 3, we will see the same Base Bandits team face off against the Shiny Squad. The Broad Street Bats will visit the Strikeouts, and then the Clean Cleats will take on the Bash Bros in the 3rd slate game for that week. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next time.